Hi there, this is Dusty from Denison MTS, and I just want to give you a quick walkthrough of Fellows 303. Fellows 303, and the thing about Fellows 303 is it's been upgraded in the summer of both 2016 and 2017. There have been upgrades, so I'll give you just a quick overview of what's going on in here. First of all, this is one of our Extron digital rooms, so that means HD video, several different laptop connections, and a touch panel interface. You'll also notice the giant screen on the wall. That is a Cuomo interactive display, which we'll get to in just a moment. And this room has also been outfitted a little bit better for video conferencing for applications like Zoom and Skype and Google Meet or Hangouts. And you'll notice that the Logitech wide-angle webcam is sitting right on top of the Cuomo. That all runs right back to the PC that's in the rack that I'll show you. In the ceiling, you'll notice that there are 6 little knobs, and those are actually microphones. So you don't have to worry about checking out a microphone or doing anything like that. They are already mounted in the ceiling and are programmed to pick up the room just fine for everybody in the class. What you'll notice in the rack is just the power distributor at the top. You don't have to mess with that. The Soundcraft UI16, that's what's bringing in all the audio from the microphones. Again, you don't have to mess with that either. The Extron switcher on the top, and that's all controlled with the touch panel here. You'll notice there is a Blu-ray player and then also the HP Mini PC. So that is the computer for the room, and we do have a wireless mouse and keyboard for that. We do also have cables hanging up for various laptop connections, HDMI with a DisplayPort adapter. You also have VGA, mini DisplayPort, which may more commonly be known as Thunderbolt 2, and then USB-C, also known as Thunderbolt 3. All of those laptop cables can plug in here right on the wall, and you can access whichever one you want to use from the touch panel. So let's start. Just like in all of our digital rooms with touch panels, there's normally a button that says press here to begin, and that will fire the system up. That also turns on the Cuomo interactive display. So that takes just a moment to get started. So you'll notice that you could select your source on the top. So you have the PC, which again is the room PC, your Blu-ray player. There is a dot cam mounted on the wall, so you could select that as well. And unless you're using laptop VGA, all the other connections, USB-C, mini DisplayPort, and of course HDMI, you actually just select HDMI and that'll scale everything for you. And if you are having trouble seeing an image, here on the pop-up screen it'll tell you to make sure you check your resolution for 1920 by 1080 at 60 Hertz, and that'll be in your display settings. Now, one of the really cool things about the Cuomo interactive display is that it's actually like a giant Android tablet on the wall. So we have it set up that it will actually interact with the PC, that's the HP Mini in the rack, but it also has its own operating system with its own apps and so on. If you're in Fellows 303 specifically and you want to get a little more information on some of the other things that the Cuomo can do, please contact Joseph Leha or myself in MTS, or you could contact Cheryl Johnson, the instructional technologist for modern languages. So to get started, for most days, you're probably just going to want to bring up the computer. So as you select that, you can actually interact with the computer from the touch panel. So we have a wireless mouse and keyboard here, but you could also just swipe and log in as if this were a giant tablet. So that's one of the really cool things, and again, you can use the wireless mouse and keyboard if you so choose. An important note, the only machine that is hooked up for touch interactivity is that HP Mini that's in the rack. If you were to plug in with your laptop, you would absolutely still display to this giant screen. You can still annotate over it, highlight, mark, take screenshots, but you can't actually interact with your computer through the touchscreen. You'd have to use the mouse and keyboard that is on your machine. When you are done with your class for the day, obviously just system off, power down, and hopefully you've already logged off of the computer by that time. That is literally it, to shut it down and head on out for the day. Again, if you have any questions, please contact MTS or Cheryl Johnson, the instructional technologist for modern languages.